Hello everyone, this is Sue from Scrappy Doo Sue. I'm back to do the next episode of the Peacock journal. As you know, we've made the cover out of Amazon packaging. I've covered it in a lovely wallpaper. I've Mod Podged the wallpaper. I've lined down there for the signature. That's now looking a bit grungy, this cotton. And the last time I saw you, we went through the signature, which is this so far. I mean, I could make changes to it. We don't know yet. But what we did do last episode was we put 2 pockets on here, front and back, and we decorated the front and the back with these. And I'm really pleased how they've turned out. Now, I will decorate these pockets, but not at the moment because I haven't decided what I want to put on them. I have a couple of ideas. So I've got some really nice velvet, teal coloured velvet lace here, which I'm not sure whether this will go because these are quite green, these pockets. So this whole journal is going to be a combination of teals and blues and greens. But you know, they might go. That ribbon might go. I just love velvet. Really do love it. So I've got that idea, so we won't do that today. What I do want to do today are 2 things. I want to make 2 notebooks. I decided I'm going to have a notebook in this one and a notebook in this pocket, so that's what we're going to do. As well as, I don't know if you remember, but there was a page in the signature that I took this from a 12 by 12 out of my giant tome of papers. Oh, I can never remember the name when I come onto camera. It's awful, isn't it? But I have mentioned them before, so I don't want to get up and go and get the pad again because I seem to do that every episode. But this is out of that 12 by 12 and I've cut it down. I love the colours. And on the back, I don't know if you remember me showing you, but I had a go at using some of the pine green, or pine needle I think it is, this Tim Holtz Distressing. Now I'm not really too happy with this, so I want to overlay this with something else to see if I can improve it. And what I thought I would possibly use is this Cosmic Shimmer Vintage Mist, which is actually called French Navy, that I bought from the Fruit Pixie, from their shop online. And excuse me if you can hear a cat meowing. It's Elmo, the cat that our cat that was practically living around at the nursing home that's now closing down. Every so often he'll start this meowing because he wants to desperately go outside, and we're still keeping him in because the nursing home has not actually shut down completely. Everyone's left it. All the staff have gone, apart from I think a security person and perhaps one admin lady. But I can't chance letting him out until I know it's completely locked up and shut down. Otherwise he could get locked in and no one will know he's there. So that's my concern. So that's what I want to do today, as well as 2 notebooks. So let's have a look at the notebooks first. So I'm going to put this cover away. I've got some papers out. Let's put that to one side. I'm trying to ignore Elmo because obviously I can't let him out. So I've got some various papers out, which I will cut down. I have a nice piece of vellum and some various bits of coffee dyed paper, tea dyed paper. Some are really grungy, so I don't know if I'm using them. Some lined paper and some graph paper here. And this is some more tea dyed that I actually did myself, and I think I used one of my herbal teas that I didn't like, and I put in with the mix one of my stencils, and you can see that's come out, I think, very well indeed. I'm very pleased with that. It's not often I'm pleased with my tea or coffee dyed paper at the moment, and that's just a very faint digital print out. It's got script on and very faint sort of beigey coloured pattern on it, so I thought that would be nice. So we've got all of these papers, and then on top of that I already cut down these out of some digital papers that I had, so those would make a lovely notebook. Well, first of all, we want to check the size we need. So, and I thought these would make the headers. This lovely piece of, sorry, this cat's putting me off now. Oh dear, it's not one thing another. This is 6 by 6, and it's just a piece out of a pad that I've had a long time. They're actually separate pages, so I think I bought a mixed pack of pages. Sometimes people sell them pages they don't want to use, and I think that's where I got this from. But I thought that would make a nice header, because I want to have one that's booklet form of notebook, and one that's a notebook that's long and narrow and you lift it up. I thought that would be nice. So that's the plan. Now that would make a nice notebook style one, because those are already cut down. So just get the cover back, and let's just see if this size fits in this envelope into this pocket. Now that does fit into the pocket. I don't think they can be too bulky though. I don't know if I want them that tall either, because so I might cut them down to that width and that height, I think. So, and we may do 2 matching ones, but this paper was really for the top of my top ones. So anyway, let's cut some down. So if I measure, let's measure the ones that are already folded. So those are 5 by 6.5 inches. Now if I say make them into a 4-inch width, so 4-inch width, and height wise we could have 5 inches high. I think that would be nice, about there. So I'm just going to get my guillotine. Now I did have that next to me. Now that seems to have decided that he's given up, because he's laying down on the floor next to me. That's fine, I don't mind that. Just standing up because I'm getting my guillotine out. And so I'm just going to keep these all together and cut them all together at the same time, like that. Let's see if this works. So we've marked them. Keep those pieces for collaging. And I measured up from the bottom, so I measured up, 5 inches to that mark there. And I think that's a nicer size notebook now. Let's just bring the cover back over, and we can pop that in there like so. So it doesn't overshadow that. It's just right, and I don't think it needs too many more pages than that. So what we've settled on, and I'll just measure it again, is 4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. I'm just going to jot that on here because I have a brain like a sieve. Okay, so that's that one. So we want to add some more pages, and we want to use some of this nice coffee dyed paper, and I want to put some of this in as well. So I think I'm going to fold that round, this piece that's already cut, like so, and we will put that one. Let's measure this. Actually, this does look fairly close, so that is literally a click over 4, and it's 5.5. So if I make a mark there, we just cut that down. I cannot see the mark I made. Okay, I'm just going to have to measure it again. Sorry about this. So it is to be 5. So it's a good job I checked because that was too short. So it's about there. Okay, get it straight. Okay, so that's that piece. That one. And I'm going to, I might as well use this piece that's already got a piece cut off. So, and we've got that one underneath, so I think those would be nice. So yes, we've already got these, so we will put these together and we will measure these. So we want 5 up, so to there, and we want 4 across to there. Okay, let's cut those down. I'm conscious that my last few videos, even for the Marguerite Miller collaging, which I estimated wouldn't take too long to do, it's been taking me like 40 to 50 minutes. And just going to cut that ragged edge off of there before we cut it down to size. Yes, I don't want to make this video too long because I think sometimes they can be rather tedious. Well, maybe it's, no, I don't find them tedious because I set aside some time to watch them, you know. Instead of reading in bed these days, I'm watching YouTube videos with my headphones on, and that's when I really like to listen to them. So that's that one. Now, this is not going to go round as a cover, is it? Not now. So, let me think. So we've got that one, and we've got this one. And how many pages have we got? 1, 2, 3. 3 pages in that, plus this. So that's 4. Now that's going to be too wide. So just see if I can just trim that. Like that. Put those in the bin. Tidy up as I go along. So we've got, actually that's going to go on the outside. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages there, and let's mix and match these up then. So oops, so we'll have, that's lined, that's not, have a coffee stained one in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have 5 pages in each, shall we? So we'll have that one in the middle, so that's 5. So that is a nice notebook. So now that I've put them in, I'm just going to use my ruler to just tamp them down a bit, like that. So they're all in there. Okay, I can sit back down to this. I'm probably far too high up to the camera just then. And I'm going to just trim off these edges just a little bit, I think. Only the outer ones, I think, need doing. I don't like it. No, Elmo's agreeing with me, I think. No, that will not go through there. That's better. Okay. Not happy with that. That's what you get for trying to chop too many in one go. So now we've lost our... So, let me just check that last bit there. Much better. Right, let's get rid of all these, shall we? Put those in the bin. So we're going to have 10 pages in each. So that's that. So we've got 4, 5. Hang on, I thought I'd counted 5. Now why do I not think that there are 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the vellum is 5. That's fine. So 5 double pages. So that gives us, we'll exclude the vellum. Well, you can write on that though. So if we say we've got 5 double pages, that's 10. So we have 20 sides. I think that works out. My maths is terrible. So that's 1. Put that over there. So this one, we've already got these ready. We just need to cut a few more of these. And excuse me just a minute while I shut the window, because my noisy neighbours have got visitors and they like to stand outside and say their goodbyes and chat and all of that, and I don't think you want to hear all of that, do you? So right, so that's that one. And we want, let's have a piece of this lovely lined paper, and not lined, graph, and again we will, oh, that's very grungy look, isn't it? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to chop off the bottom. Now what did I do with the ruler? It's here. So we want, have we got, so we've already got 2 here, I think we said, didn't we? We've already forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 1 more. So we will take 1 of these. So that makes 5. And this is lined, so that's good. That's good. I like to have a mixture in the notepads. A mixture. So we're now going to use the top as the best side. So I'm going to cut down. Oh, can you still see me? Something's happened to my phone again. Oh. Right, sorry about that, everyone. I don't actually know what happened there. So we're in the middle of making the second notebook. So I was just actually measuring these pages so that I could cut them down. So we want them 5 tall. And I'm cutting the top, cutting the bottom off because that's a bit ragged on one of the pages. So that's the 5, and then we want 4 there in width. Right, I'm not going to stand up again. I decided that maybe my phone is not liking, I don't know what's the matter with it today. It's not an old phone, it's Samsung Galaxy. It's been absolutely fine up until now. Okay, so it doesn't like this vellum much. Okay, that's done. We'll keep those bits over here. And then we want, you know, I think I've chopped off my mark that I made, I think. So I want it 5 inches. Oh dear, I'm having a terrible day. I'm having a terrible time just lately with my videos. Good grief. Right, okay, we can keep that for another notebook another time. So let's just pop that down on the floor. Get rid of the bits. Okay, let's see how many we have now. Oh, we've got a nice bit of that impression there. That's pretty. Got that and that, and we're having the vellum outside. Okay. And again, that's got a bit of blue. That's all right. That's just right. So, I think we'll just bring the guillotine back one last time to, well, we might need it again. I better not say one last time. That might not be strictly true. Just chopping that edge down to make that even. Okay. Right. Just check how many pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Right, so we've got our 2 notebooks, the innards of them. Obviously, I've changed my mind since I spoke to you at the beginning of the video. I'm now making 2 identical notebooks, and they're going to be book-shaped ones rather than the tool ones. So this now is going to be defunct. We don't need that anymore. We'll use that somewhere else in the video later on when we make another video, perhaps with ephemera and bits and bobs to go in the journal. So out of my heirloom pack, and I've remembered the word now, I thought we'll use the bingo cards as the cover. I thought that would be quite nice, so we can always decorate them. So what we're going to do is they're single-sided sheets. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use 2 sheets. Let's put these over here for a minute. We'll just have one out to keep as a measurement. I'm missing my tool, my tool like this. Now I can't even remember what the name of that is. Is that awful or what? What is going on with me today? Maybe I should go back to bed. Try again. Bone folder. I'm missing my other bone folder, which I accidentally left inside a journal that I posted out to a customer, and she's posting it back to me. I'm going to have I wanted to do a double-sided. That's what I'm trying to achieve, if you're wondering what I'm doing. I thought perhaps we could stick 2 sides together. I didn't really want it to be white inside because all the papers are coffee dyed. So I thought maybe we could use this as the cover. But what we'll do is we'll stick down and double it up. So we'll have that one for that. Okay, so I'm just doing a bit of a rough guide. Now that's not quite folded down anyway. So this could be tricky. This could be something I regret, because I can't seem to get that to fold over completely. Let's just hold that down and do that, and I think that's still pulled away. Oh, has it? Okay, yes, I didn't want it stark white inside, so I think I'm going to have to glue it as a double-sided piece, which will then give it a bit more thickness for a cover of a notebook. So that's what I'm going to do. And which part of this would we like on the front? I'd like to have that bingo on it. So I'm going to measure it. I'm going to fold it in half again, like that. I'm going to cut these edges off, and then we will stick it down in a minute. So we want it just the papers, and just inside there like that. Don't want them right to the top. just to give it a little bit of extra room. And same at the bottom. So I'm going to use that line as a guide there to chop this down this way. And then again, we don't want them right to the edge on this side, so I'm going to just measure there like that, and then we're going to cut that down. I'm going to sneeze, and I do apologise, I'm really sorry. All I've seemed to be doing just lately is sneezing. I don't know what's going on. I think the pollen is different this year, and my theory is that it's because we've been in lockdown and things have grown that maybe have not grown in the past, or not been as prolific because of everyone tramping about. So that's my theory, because I don't normally suffer from hay fever to this extent. I do get the odd sneeze and stuff, but not to this extent. Now, have I gone and done that again where I've chopped off the other? Okay, let's get the notebook back and just double check this. So we want it just inside there. We've got it right there. That's okay. And we said we were going to this line, didn't we? And that will be perfect, I think. So, fingers crossed. Like so. And I don't really want to glue it until I'm absolutely sure that it's the right. So, there we have it. Now, that's worked out very well. I really like that. And I think if we bring back the cover, I think it's just something a bit different to all the flowers and butterflies, and it will fit in there very well. So there we have it there, like that. Just comes under that. But if you take it out, obviously you've got that in there as a focal point, like so. And we can decorate the front a bit. Yeah, so I do like that. Okay, so I've told you, haven't I, that I've had a bit of a mental block on this journal. I just don't know why. It's been most peculiar. So what I'm going to do is I am literally going to glue these two pieces together now. And it would have been nice to have been able to just chop that down and say these are both covers. But then what would I do with this white inside? If I did that, this would be white when I opened it up. Now I'm thinking, do I stick it down and use that as one cover? Or do we chop it in half this way, have two covers, and we put something on the inside of the covers? We could do sort of a collage with some nice old paper. But you know, I have no idea what to do with that. Truly, I don't. So say if we took some paper, say this was our cover, and it was like this, and the inside like this. Okay, we could collage it up a bit, but we'd have to do it. We could use these pieces I've chopped off, and I could collage them up like that, and just have a bit of white around the edge, and that would be extra writing space. That would be quite nice. Maybe. What else have we got over here? What other bits have we got? Let's just have a look. We've got these. It's a good way of using up scraps as well, except that one's ripped. We could collage them up. Actually, I think I'm going to try that. I've never tried it. Let's have a go. We've got everything to gain and nothing lost, really, have we? Let's cut this down. If this is not too tall for this paper trimmer. might just be, let me just, might just do it. So I want that line there. Want that centre line. I've done it. That's it. I've done it. Too late now. Too late. Okay. So that's one cover. Like that. And that's going to be the second cover. Like that. Okay. Right. Let's use some distressing. And when we're going to use the pine needle. I'll just find it. There it is. I do like the way these stack up, these nice distress ink. So we want that. We're going to distress around the edge with that. Take that dauber off, and we're going to put this dauber on. Just put that over there because I don't know if that's got any ink still on it. And we're going to just distress around the edge of here. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this journal. I've so wanted to do it ever since I found that feather. And then, so we just go around the edges inside. So we collage up to those. And then once I started it, I just came to a bit of a halt and thought, what am I going to do? And that's never happened to me. I mean, I haven't made that many journals since I've been doing this, but I made enough to, you know, have these great ideas and know exactly what I was doing. So just going to check that that's straight. And refold that a bit, I think, because I don't think the top is completely straight. Let me just bring back this skeleton and we'll just take a slither, I think, off of there. Like that. That's better. Anyway, so it's a work in progress, really. I haven't got that many ideas. I've got lots of things I've gathered together, but it's what I'm going to do with them is what's not troubling me, but I suppose you do feel a bit perplexed and troubled a little bit, you know, think, oh dear, I've started this now. I need to finish it. I need to keep going. But I don't know whether I lost a bit of confidence, perhaps. Maybe, I don't know. So put that away, like that. We're not going to go around those collage papers with that. So we're going to switch back to our other dauber head. Oh, I do like the dauber head to be in the, fairly in the middle. That's it. Okay. So let's do a bit of collaging with just some papers, and we'll use the glue stick, and we will start with this one. We've already got that crease in the middle, so we're going to use some tea dye. Quite appropriate as these have been tea dyed and coffee dyed. I don't know if Tim Holtz does a distressing that's called coffee dye. He's got obviously got this one which is tea dye, but has he got a coffee dye one? I don't know. I'm sure someone else would know. It's not that dark. It's not like my vintage photo, to be honest. You see, I have to keep going around it to get some sort of effect off of it. We just do down the middle like that. Okay, oh, I like that, the way it looks down the middle. So we're just going to put it there, like so. Not quite to the edge. You can always go around that again. So having that there, I'm just literally going to, before I change my mind, I'm going to put this down. So let's get sticking. Because, you know, I will only change my mind and start procrastinating about what I'm doing. And then this whole video will take ages to do. Okay, right. Okay, let's line that up with the center line. Try and get it as straight as possible. Make sure it folds over like that. Give that a press down like that. So there's another area for jotting something down, and I think we'll have this piece up like that so that those holes are over the tea stained paper. I suppose what would have been nice, had I thought about it, would probably have been nice to have actually torn the edges of these pieces, but you don't have to tear everything up really. You can have a mixture, it's fine, there are no rules. Good job too really, so I've probably broken a few if there were. And you know, practice makes perfect. I'm not going to expect to sell this in any way, shape or form, and if I'm lucky that somebody wants to buy it, then so be it, but I don't put mine on for like massively high prices, because I think, you know, actually I am only learning at the moment, so I don't really know what to charge for things either, to be perfectly honest. I kind of think about the time that has been involved, and I think about things I've used, my supplies, and how much did they cost me, you know, that sort of thing. And I'm, you know, one day I'd like to have an Etsy shop, but obviously you've got to have quite a few things made to put into an Etsy shop, and at the moment I just could not achieve that, not at all. Have that up like that, and move that over there like so, so those lines line up. Put a bit more glue there. Can you still see me? Hopefully you can. I'm paranoid now that everything's going wrong. Camera's overheating and I don't know why. On my phone, it's never done that before, and it's not, as I say, terribly old phone, so maybe it's just had enough. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. I like that. So that is our notebook like that. I think we'll put something down the edge, which should be rather nice. I think I'm going to staple those in. Just about managed to do that without ruining that. Oh, I'm very pleased with that. Right, let's put that one to one side, and then we'll start on this one. So again, we're going to take our pieces, ink round them. I hope everyone's had a good week and it hasn't been too stressful for you all, and that you've managed to have some you time and do what you love doing. We're coming out of lockdown sort of slowly, bit by stage, which is a good thing really. We don't want to speed it up too much. So I'm going to have it, I think I'm going to use this side of the paper because I like that pattern on it. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty sure Monday is the day this Monday coming, which will be the, what day will that be? The 17th of May will be the day that people can actually go back and sit in pubs inside, that you can actually meet up with people in your house. You can have up to 6 people in your house, unless it's changed since I last watched it. So I'm going to have that up there like that. It's a little bit less, a little bit narrow, but that's fine because we can do the edges. Yeah, so that's looking good. But the worrying thing is the variant from India. They have it really bad over there at the moment, and their version of it is a variant of ours. So that's worrying because we now have a few cases reported of the Indian variant up north and the Midlands. And I'm worried that if that progresses, we won't be coming out of lockdown completely. It could actually cause us to lock down again. So that's a little bit worrying, but anyway, it's all doom and gloom, isn't it, all the time? I mean, we've had this now for a good year of it. Okay, right. I love that lovely like staining on it. I do like that. Now I have to have this piece, which is actually digital, and I didn't want that, but this has got a piece out of it. Only other thing I can do is collage some smaller strips, maybe that one, and have this one perhaps on the bottom, and have an even different version of it, which would be quite nice. That one's a bit not as wide. What else have we got? So we've got all these strips. We've got this lovely strip here. So we could take that one away, and we could have this one up here like this, because I do like that grungy edge. And then we could have this overlaying that like that. I think that's, well, I think it's nice. It's my style. So I'm going to fold that in half like that and go around those edges. I do like to go around the edges. No, this does not come anywhere near the vintage photo that I so love. Oh, that side's even grungier, look. Oh, I think we'll have that side actually. Sorry, changed my mind. See, I told you I should have been a Libra. My daughter's a Libra. She's Charlotte's a Libra and Rachel's a Gemini. So, and I'm a Scorpio. So, we're a mixed bag in our household when we all live together. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. Okay, so we're going to have that there like that. And then we're going to have that side inside. So you want to fold it that way, because I want that line in the middle. No, wrong way. I want that. Okay. The weather today has improved, thank goodness. We've got another bank holiday weekend coming up. No, we haven't. In 2 weeks' time we have another bank holiday. It's always at beginning and end of May. So that's something to look forward to. And I've actually booked some days off because I just decided I wanted time out. To be honest, we've got a couple of things going on at work, nothing to do with the work, nothing to do with anything to do with patients or anything, or COVID. It's literally management as usual. Management. I just want to highlight that line a bit more. Let's put that in the bin, that one. And where's my glue book? Here we are. Yeah, so I want that in them. That's the gluey side, right? Oh, we might be coming to an end now of this. It's probably saying to me, you're going to be sorry when I've gone. But one thing, fortunately, I'm not short of, and I'm very lucky, are glue sticks at the moment. So I seem to have, as I said to you, I've got all those small Pritt sticks, which I'm not too keen on either. So I'm a bit fussy when it comes to glue. Particularly glue sticks, that's okay because this piece is going on top. So that's the gluey side. So, oh, I'm knocking everything down, aren't I? I told you I was clumsy. Now, perhaps you'll believe me. Oh dear. Well, Elmo's quiet now, and I think he's gone off now. He's had enough of me wittering on camera. He's decided to take himself off and go back to his cat bed. But the ladies in the nursing home, who absolutely adore him, were so kind to buy him. I mean, he has a bed here. Anyone would think we never wanted him. We did, and because we were, when the first lockdown happened, we couldn't really go round there and get him back very easily. And then my husband said we need to be careful with stroking him because we don't know if anyone there has COVID, any of the patients. And as it turned out, they did lose, they actually lost a few patients to COVID, apparently, they were telling me when I collected him. And which is very, very sad during the first lockdown. And I think since these patients have been moved, they've lost about 4 more. I obviously didn't want to be moved. Now, the only thing I haven't, yes, I did ink round there. So that's that one. I like that. It's got some nice interest on it. In fact, I prefer that to actually my original idea. So we now have 2 notebooks, and we're going to attempt to staple those rather than do pamphlet stitch. Now, I've got quite a long stapler, but I don't think it's quite long enough. So we'll have a look. So just want to make sure all your papers are all together and lined up how you want them. Let's see, that was not going to fit down there. So now I don't want the spiky bits on the outside to catch people's fingers, so I want it that way around, don't I? So I have to think about that. So you just gently bend at this edge down, do not fold it, just hold it in like that, like so. Keep that together, and I'm going to put 3 in. So to get that in there, and you need to get it kind of on that crease. This is not as easy as it looks. Well, it may not look easy, so we'll want, that's got to go on that crease and hope that that's in that crease. And that's fine. And I want to do, what do I want to, I keep having a, excuse me, but I'm having a very itchy nose. It feels as if something's crawling on my nose. And I know it isn't. So we're going to have one there roughly in the centre. I'm just eyeballing this, and then we want one eyeballing roughly the same away from that edge there. Make sure that is not caught in it. So let's fold that down again and Might have to do it this way round. So we want that there, like that, and that roughly there. I've got a staple remover, so if that, so just give it a good ring out, as I call it, where you folded it slightly there. So there we have it, like that. Okay, that's one. And this is the other one. So again, we're going to bend that in like that. Make sure your papers are in the center crease. Turn it over because I don't want spiky bits on the outside to catch people's fingers. And on the spine or the crease, whatever you want to call it, that's it. And then this one in the middle, again on the spine, as straight as you can, and that one again down there like that, and then just give them a ring out like so. Okay, let's put that away now. Right. Oh, now I've got all these bits of paper. Look, all these lovely strips, and I am going to do some sort of masterboard, collage masterboard with all these bits that I've got. Yep. So those would be quite, I'm just gathering those up because they're all over the place now, and take those away from our working area. Keep everything. Do keep most bits. Okay, put that there. Right. So we're going to have a bit of lace down the spine. So let's have a look at the lace I might be able to use. So we could have some green ribbon, which is very pretty, this green ribbon. It's beautiful. I love green. Green's my favourite colour. I have an emerald engagement ring. I do like that. Now, I'm worried about gluing it though. That's the only thing, because I'm worried about the glue coming through. That would be quite nice. Do you think that's a bit too heavy? If I just bring this back, do you think that's a bit too heavy? Perhaps we should look for something a bit lighter. Let's see, what have we got? I want something fairly wide. But it's got to be a sort of a teal, really. We've got some rickrack. Again, that's velvet. Or I have got some... Now I've got those. One, I think those are going to be too wide though. Those. What else have I got in here? So this is my basket with all sorts in, which I got out for this project. This is lovely. Look, I might use this as the closure. This is wool. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that was lovely. Bought that in a charity shop ages ago. Again, I must have had this in mind. Now, I dyed this. This was white. I dyed it with Distress Inks, a mixture of green and blue, but it's come out primarily blue, so I don't think that will go with that. What else have we got in here? We've got, again, we've got some nice blue, but it's too blue for that green. And we've got this green. Now, the only thing with this is I don't think it's wide enough, really. Let's undo this. Take that tape off. Oh, gosh. Now, it's perfect colour, but it's not really going to be wide enough, is it? No, that's not going to be wide enough. So either too wide or not wide enough. That's too white. This is also too white. What else we've got? Oh, we've got this kind of, now this is a pale, kind of greeny blue. That's pretty. Let's have a look at that. I think that would be nice. That's quite delicate. That's a possibility. This one we said was too blue, didn't we? The rest are too narrow. So I've got quite a lot of laces already and waiting to be used. I've also got some lovely sort of, oh, it's like a seam binding. Now that is perfectly stitched in half, so it is like a seam binding. You can see there, look, and then it's got some lace sewn in. Now what about that? I know it spots. Well, I really like that because I think that kind of matches in. Oh, I'm going to use this. Now I bought that on eBay. So we've got that, all that rickrack, and then this I actually bought. Just dropped that on the floor. Sorry if you saw me. I bought this beautiful. Now this again, absolutely beautiful. This is wool. Look at it. I bought this for £2, just this one skein or skein, I don't know how you say it, in a charity shop. I love it. Look at that. All those colours. Can you see them? It's beautiful. I mean, I can't imagine knitting with anything like that. I mean, I'm not that best knitter in the world, but it is wool, and there's a picture of a scarf on here, so I don't know whether that's the sort of thing you can make with it, but gosh, imagine that. I mean, is it for crocheting perhaps? But even so, that's going to be very difficult to crochet, surely. I'd love to learn to crochet. That's another thing I'd like to learn, actually, how to do. Let's move this cover out of the way, and let's cut some of this. And then this, I think we could use the 3-in-1, because, so I'm just going to go over the edge slightly. We could always trim it afterwards, like that. And then we might as well, we do know that they're both the same, yes. So we just double check that, never assume. You never know in the process of chopping bits off what size it turns out at. Right, so we've got both of those. Okay, now, oh, and Tanya from Tatty Treasure, when I placed an order with her recently, she was so kind. She actually put in the bag packaging. I'll show you now quickly. She put in with my order as an extra beautiful little bundle look of bits that she know will go in this Peacock journal. Aren't they lovely? Look at all those beautiful ribbons. That is the most beautiful colour there. Is that not lovely? And look at this tulle, I think that's called, and she's even tied them up with this lovely green string. I mean, I am so blessed that this is such a beautiful community, all of you crafting people, so kind and thoughtful. And I mean, this is just, I couldn't believe it when I saw them. You know, it really touched me, actually. To think that people are so kind, you know. Anyway, I'm going to stop being silly now. So let's put the stapler away. We don't want that. We're going to now use some Beacon 3-in-1, and we've already got a lovely seam down here. So I think what I'm going to do is put it down the seam on either side and see if this works. It's like a little channel. It's great. Easiest thing in the world. But getting it on might not be so easy. Not for someone who's clumsy like me. we're just slotting it over the edge like that and moving it up slightly, and then we'll give that a press down. I like the contrast of the spots with the bingo cards. I really do. Now that, I think, I've finished those off perfectly. I hope you think that too. I'm going to leave that to dry over there now because we finished, well, we haven't decorated anything on the front, but this beacon 3-in-1 may take a few minutes to dry, so we might come back and decorate these with the rest of the ephemera on another episode. I hope that's okay with everyone. It's all then dried off. I'm already all stuck up. I'm not all shook up, as Elvis says. I'm all stuck up. With my lovely friend Beacon 3-in-1, which I'm always calling Fabri-Tac, and I do love that. This edging, I really do love it. That was a great buy. I didn't realise it was folded over like that and had a channel. That was a nice surprise. Right, look at all my gluey, horrible fingers. I've got my awful nails. Just look at them. They just keep breaking off, look. I think that's having a underactive thyroid doesn't help with nails and things. So those are the notebooks for the front pocket and back cover pockets. And we're going to, so we've got all that in there. Lovely crinkly sound. I do love that. So we've got a bit of vellum at the front, and we've collaged the back there, which is an extra writing spot, excuse me. Now, I did say that I was going to probably just ink round that edge slightly. So I'll just put the lid back on the tea dye, and then we'll have a quick change over of the dauber head back to green. And I just want to gently go around that now, because I know this is not dry on the edge and I don't want to ruin it now. So I'm literally just giving it a hint more of this green just to dull down that white like that, like so, there. And we'll do the same with this one. Have a look. That's got a wide band there. Doesn't matter if it goes over the grungy collagey paper. Do you know, I am really pleased with this. This gives me enthusiasm to think up other things. I think that's what I'm going to do with this journal. I'm going to take it stage by stage. I'm not going to rush it. We're just going to take our time and progress as we go along. So I'm going to leave those to dry now. So I'm very pleased with those. I think those are lovely. And they'll be a nice addition to that journal. So I'm going to put those over here, stand them up, put Arthur's paperweight in front of them to keep them stood up, and cap the glue. Now, the other thing we wanted to quickly do, and I'm conscious that I may be already over time, is I want to take this sheet. I don't know if we're going to use it as part of the signature. I didn't want to give up on it. I just want to maybe use a stencil and use that Cosmic Shimmer French navy. I love navy. I really do. I used to, working in sort of an office environment all my life in one form or another, I've always loved navy and worn navy or black. In fact, my girls, when they were young, they used to say to me, "Mum, can't you wear something a bit more colourful? You always wear the same black or navy." Now, I'm looking for my stencils, my bigger ones, which are in my trolley. As you know, I'm a trolley dolly. I love my trolley. I do love my trolley. Right, so let's have a think about what we want to put on here. Now, I know this is a Peacock journal, but there's a beautiful hummingbird there. That would be quite nice. Don't know if this is going to work. I'm not very good at ad hoc artistry, if you like. Now I have another one here, which is, now I've used this quite a bit in the Alice in Wonderland journal that I did for Charlotte. But I quite like this with the keys. Which one do we use? Which one? I can't quite get all of that on. That side, or this with the hummingbird. I do like the hummingbird. Now, what I need, and I think it's now pouring with rain outside, is I need a bit of paper just to put round the edge like that. So we're going to do this side first, because this is a spray, and I also want to tear off some more, and I want to shield that side while I do this side. Okay, well, it couldn't look any worse than it does already, mind you. So now I have to think about, I can't get the whole of this stencil on, so do I just want that there? So take a piece of that, and we're going to put that under here, like that. Right, okay, now I need to be very careful with this because I need to really clip it down somehow. I could use my clips, which I have up here. Excuse my arm. Just have these clips here. Now, I don't know what this is going to turn out like. This could be absolutely horrendous. But if we clip the edge of the stencil onto the page like that, it keeps it in, helps to keep it in place while you're doing your stenciling like that. It only needs a couple of clips. Now where's the center of my page? Take that off. I think it's there. It is. Right, I'm just covering that. So we're ready to go. Ooh, now do I use all of this on the whole page? This could be dreadful. I'm just going to put one clip down up the top there, like so. Keeps it flat. Okay, I'm going to put my hand on it, and we're going to start. I don't know if it needs shaking, but no, I don't know if this is going to work or not. This could be a complete disaster. I'm going to have blue hands. It's very watery. Oof. Look at my hands. I'm just going to get a wipe. Oh dear, what a mess. Oh, well, my mess, isn't it? It hasn't gone anywhere else. It's only gone on the, has gone on the paper a bit, so that's good that we put that down. But now I'm worried about lifting this off and what it's going to look like underneath. So here goes. Let's take this clip off, put it over there because it's got blue on it. Take this one off. Take this one off. Oh goodness me. Can you see okay? Just adjust the camera back this way a bit so you can actually see. Right, this is the moment of truth. 1, 2, 3, take it off. Oh my, isn't that lovely? But I can't do the other side. I'm going to have to leave that now. I love the way it's bleeding into the paper. I think that's worked out really well. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to, oh, it's dripping, oh no, it's dripping. Put it onto that piece of paper like that. That might make that interesting, that book page. So it is quite messy, actually. It's a lot thinner. It's like water. You could probably make this up yourself. I could probably fill that bottle up with something similar. Oh gosh, when it's finished. We'll leave that. I'm just going to put the lid on there. Put the lid back on this Cosmic Shimmer, and then I'm going to call up a day. So I don't know if you can see the image that's come out on there. I love it. I think it's lovely. I actually like the green in the background now. I think it's fine. It's covered up all of that white, really. There's just a little bit showing, but it's not essentially bad. I think I'm going to mirror that on this side when this is dry, and I will show you in the next Spring Peacock journal video how it turned out. So I'm going to say goodbye now, everyone. Take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.